So did we speak too soon? Did we call it? Did we predict this episode?
I don't think we predicted this episode.
I don't think anyone could predict this shit show.
No, I don't know. I think if you thought that this was what was going to happen, that you should be nowhere near any type of writing.
If you predicted that Elsbeth and crew would just rock up to the new galaxy, land on a platform, and Thrawn would just be there, and then Sabine would ride off into the desert on a rat dog, meet some rock lobsters, and then just Ezra would just be standing there, and they're like, "How you going, mate?"
How
and then they just
underwhelming.
hug.
A small race of people. And she's like, I don't know what you're saying.
You.
This is a call to action.
Tell me why this episode is good and why I should care. I want to like Star Wars again. I liked a lot of last episode. I just don't see why this is an episode at all. This didn't need to exist.
Look, I'll be honest. The things that I did like is I liked that it was just doing stuff that felt kind of Star Wars-y. It's like, go to a cool planet where there's a little alien race and there's a weird mount that they ride and go on a little adventure.
Weird rat thing.
That felt kind of okay, but I didn't like any of the story.
I was just
no.
bored the whole time. Like,
It was kind of underwhelming. I thought they would use a lot of stuff in a lot better ways. Like the reveal of Thrawn,
He just walks up.
He's like, I landed my Star Destroyer and hello, you know? It's like, I wish he would have just like shot someone on sight. For the non-returning viewers, I haven't seen Rebels or Clone Wars. I liked him. I like a tactical genius.
yeah.
I like someone who, you know, Michael Schofield in all of Prison Break.
Oh, yep.
I like, you know, it's always fun when there's a character who's the smartest character ever, but you know, it's like kind of done in a good way.
The problem is though, your character is only as smart as the people writing them. So
All the characters that he's around and the situation.
yeah, everyone else is a fucking idiot so far, so it doesn't really matter in that regard. So it'll be interesting to see how he actually shows himself. Like, this is definitely the calm before the storm. That is the best thing I can say about this episode.
It's a setup episode.
I don't believe it sets anything up, honestly. Like,
Well,
I
it
think
has to be. It sets up Ezra's return. It sets up what's going to happen with Ahsoka.
it doesn't set up his return. He's just there now. He's back.
Yeah, it set it
Thrawn's
up by
back now.
introducing him as a character.
To you for the first time. What do you think of Beard Guy?
He seemed lame. That character who was like, took you long enough.
Do you like my lobster friend?
Hi.
Like,
You know?
that was boring. You introduced Thrawn with him just walking out and saying, "Ah, you've arrived." They were both kind of just like, "What kind of time do you call this?"
Yeah.
So it's not, that's not how you introduce a character to like
like,
90% of your audience that hasn't
Grand
seen them.
Admiral Thrawn, it's going to take 3 cycles to load the ship. And he's like, yeah, that sounds like a good time. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I
Not
did
that he was like, you have 2.5 cycles. And to tell you that I'm serious, you have 2 cycles. You know, it's like, we do start the episode with our titular character, Ahsoka Tano.
I almost forgot it was called Ahsoka until I saw Ahsoka.
Her and Pinocchio are inside the whale. And nothing really happens. She's like, I wish I trained Sabine.
She went from being really happy in the end of last episode to she's back to just being like...
She's like, I wish I trained her to be able to make the right decision when the time came. Even you didn't make 100% the right decisions.
And she also quit, like, training her, like, twice.
Yeah.
So this is definitely on you. Like, you didn't help the situation. She's not doing anything to prepare, and I guess she can't prepare. She doesn't even know if she's going to the right galaxy.
Well, it was like, I was hoping that we'd maybe doing like the whole like kind of force meditating, like levitating a little bit, reconstructing her lightsabers because she knows there's going to be a fight.
Yeah,
you know,
doing anything. They call me old-fashioned because I like it when my main character does things.
People were just going to say like, what could she do?
But again, visually, make her do something. Instead, she gets Hu Yang to tell her the greatest story ever told. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
He told her Star Wars.
She told her Star Wars.
Far, far away.
I knew they were going to do it because they're like, there are 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. And
Yeah.
she's like, yes.
The first
and the
one's
first
the
one
best
is
one.
the best. And I'm like, no, I'm talking about Star Wars. I thought it was going to be less cringe still,
I was
though.
surprised she wasn't like, the
mean
first one.
The original one?
I liked the originals before they rewrote them.
I did not think it would be as cringe as him literally just like reading the opening crawl Imagine if that's how he actually does it. He's just like, the Senate is under attack. The galaxy is at war.
Oh, God.
What do you think about another galaxy? Did it feel necessary? Did it feel like a different galaxy?
No.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just make it in the Forbidden Zone?
Well, you thought you heard that it was on the edge of our galaxy, not even in their galaxy.
I thought I heard something funny. The witch lady said it's the last stop the whales go before they make the jump to another galaxy.
It doesn't fucking matter though. It could be. It changes literally nothing.
It could just be an uncharted space. You could
be
just
a random
say
planet, yeah.
uncharted space.
It could just be an outer rim planet that no one knew existed.
Yeah.
And Thrawn's ship could be out of hyperdrive fuel or out of fuel completely because episode 8 said that's the thing. So
because you can still do. They just don't know where he is.
yeah, and he can't get back because he has no fuel.
But then like it's fine because you don't need
Or
the
his ship's
MacGuffin
wrecked.
in that case to be like, we need this map to show us uncharted space and how to get there. You can just use the witch lady is communicating with other witch ladies, which they said in this episode they showed her a vision.
But then
and
how
stuff.
will Ahsoka randomly follow them?
Because she will just.
They could
through
just write.
conflict.
They could just write something.
Shut up!
No, like that's the best thing about writing. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Do whatever you want.
You don't have to choose some weirdly lame map guffin.
Which
like,
it's really getting old at this point. It's really I'm tired.
Time.
It's like, yeah, do something fun with it.
Ezra's reaching out, baby.
Both parties are giving mental visions to their respective parties. Bang, they get there at the same
We
time.
don't even need Morgan Elsbeth.
No,
We don't need a witch. I mean, even if you didn't want to make it the Force, you could just say like they sent out one last distress signal, and it's a race to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally anything. Like I'm happy with anything except this. It's just I'm bored. I'm so fucking bored with this.
But what about random race of people fight Sabine, get overpowered and run away?
Oh yeah, we have
And then
samurai. We have samurai Tusken Raiders basically.
They looked pretty cool. And from behind, they looked cool because their armor looked cool.
They're just samurai Tusken Raiders because we needed Sabine to get attacked. We need a little action segment, but that also means that because Baylan's teaming up with them for some reason, and they're just cool with it. They're just like
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Just because they're cool with that, it's just gonna happen now. So,
But we get a cool race of funky little fellas, because the good guys never get a cool alien like race to help them. They're always some weird fucked up weirdos.
we gotta sell toys, but
They have houses and heating, I think, and antennas maybe.
yeah. So let's talk about Ezra. He's hanging out with the lobsters, and he is incredibly fucking chill. And instead of doing campaigns or guerrilla warfare against Thrawn,
Yeah.
he's just hanging out, growing a beard.
For a man who's like supposedly like constantly on the run and like our last intel will tell you where he is based on
Yeah,
last intel.
Thrawn has looked him up, but hasn't bothered to just go kill him.
But I'm
even
sure
though-
someone's gonna say like, he says we have dwindling numbers. So what are they gonna do? They have TIE fighters. They have a Star Destroyer.
And they
have
live in
witches.
little houses you can just fly over.
They have witches that have the laser beam balls that can just detain someone.
And they could sense Sabine was
They
coming.
can sense Jedi.
And they could sense Ahsoka was coming,
Yes, through hyperspace.
but they just can't find a little fella.
Baylan was probably my only like interesting.
That's the whole show.
Yeah.
The whole show is
It's
the
like-
only interesting one.
But like he's like actually, because we were wondering if like stuff was actually going to happen with him or if he was kind of going to be like a bit of like a red herring almost. But it seems like, I don't know, what's his motive?
He's talking about that there's a cycle of
Good then evil.
of good then evil, or like Jedi then something else, and he wants to break the wheel. He's Daenerys Targaryen. He wants to break the wheel of time. But my problem with that, one of the cycles hasn't even happened yet. Like the First Order hasn't happened yet.
All right, well here's what I'm hoping. They are looking for Darth Maul. He's back.
Why is he back?
Cause he's back.
Somehow Darth Maul returned.
He died and came back with robot legs and then got his body back.
That's
Because
kinda
how?
cool.
The Sisters of Dathomir.
That's kind of cool though. But why?
Because they need interesting things to happen. And why introduce the Night Sisters and stuff if you wouldn't maybe take a chance that you're going to do that again and bring back possibly one of the coolest characters ever?
Because they were from the other thing. Also, I've seen speculation that all the stormtroopers on Thrawn's ship are like undead, that they've been brought back.
Resurrected soldiers.
They're definitely not. They're just guys. Otherwise, Thrawn wouldn't have said the line about our numbers have been dwindling.
You can tell by the ship and the stormtroopers. It's like their whole thing is they've been scraping to
Yeah.
get by and survive.
Which is cool. Actually, I like that.
Thrawn is like, no. The plan, the ultimate grand plan, is to get me off this fucking planet. Like, he's like, I want off. So, like, yeah, they've been, and you can tell by, like, his ship, it looks like it's, like, kind of, like, some stuff is, like,
It's
barely
patched
hanging
up
on
with
and
gold,
patched
which
up.
is like, okay, that is the one thing I like. I like the patchwork ship.
What about the tattoos on the belly?
That's just strange.
I like it.
There's some,
That's how you can tell Starscream from the other jets in Transformers 1.
and all the stormtroopers look different
They
now.
look different. Their armor's, like, cracked and, like, repaired with, like, the kind of the gold seams.
Which is a very cool visual, and I'm sure we'll sell lots of toys.
And the gold mask stormtrooper.
But
He's our Phasma for this
oh god,
thing.
yes, Phasma.
That'd be it.
It would have been interesting if they changed Ezra or Thrawn at all. I guess maybe not because they were doing it off screen rather than on screen, and people get annoyed when you change characters off screen. But at least they would have had like something big happen to them. At the very least, because all the stormtroopers survived, they needed to have Ezra being a thorn in his side, like
Thrawn in his side.
a thorn in his side. For years, Ezra would like take out a couple of stormtroopers, and that's why his numbers are dwindling.
Yeah.
Like, they have the food, they're fine. But Ezra keeps coming in, fucking killing them, and buggering off,
Yeah.
and they can't find him. They can't sort him out, because he's living with the little lobster kids. And anything. Just do anything interesting.
Where do you think this next episode's gonna lead us? And not where you want it to go, you son of a bitch. What do you think the show is gonna go?
Fucking nowhere. Thrawn's not getting back in our galaxy until the last 10 minutes of the next of episode 8. The next episode, Ahsoka has to rock up.
Another setup episode? Like a true setup episode?
Not a setup, a build-up.
Build up.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I can say about this one is more it's like the calm before the storm. So it's like, this is the beach episode. This is everyone's kind of just reuniting, and they're spending all the time on that, which is incredibly boring.
We either have to double down in episode 8 to sell interest for season 2, or we have to resolve the story halfway through that episode so we can have like a bit of like a and the galaxy returned to peace.
Well, what they need to do is actually give Thrawn something interesting to do. Thrawn needs a big battle to win. Thrawn needs to do something cool. Ezra should probably also do something cool. But so far, Ezra will do nothing.
I think they're going to make him a pacifist.
That'd be so gross. Thrawn has to do something Thrawny. Like, he has to win a battle or be strategic. He can't just say, oh, only send 2 squads because our numbers are low. And the other girl's like, why don't we send more? And he's like, because the numbers are low.
Yeah.
You fucking dunce. Like, send the witches. I don't know.
Smartest guy in the world.
Yeah, doing anything interesting with these characters would have been amazing, but they didn't. So I like Baylan as an idea, but all he really does is walk closer to the screen and then talk off into the distance about cool things in
But
his
I'm like,
deep
oh my
voice.
god, he's so cool.
Yeah, like it works every fucking time, but it's stupid. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't really say anything, and it's all just wistful off. I think it's always off to the right of the screen too. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see
His
if I
good
can
side.
I'm gonna see if he's always looking off to the same direction. But yeah, like he's a really interesting idea that they still have done nothing with.
Yeah.
They like.
What do you think his kind of? Because he's like his thing. He's like, don't you sense it? There's something here. There's something here, and we're gonna take it and run with it.
Magic.
You know?
He's saying he's going to use the evil, or like he's going to use the ancient magic of the Dathomirian Night Sisters.
But to do what?
To break the wheel.
We know that, but to do what though? To resurrect Darth Maul.
Yeah.
We're bringing him back one more time,
I mean,
baby.
every series Filoni's been in charge of, he has brought him back. Brought him back in Clone Wars, brought him back in Rebels.
I don't have high hopes for the next episode.
No, well, I mean, no matter best case scenario, we get 2 really good episodes, but it's still going to end on they're going to not finish us.
Yep.
They're going to get us all worked up, and then it's going to end. And you're going to be like, so now when you want to rewatch Ahsoka, you also either have to rewatch what comes after it, the big Mando movie, or all of season 2. You can't just watch this. Like, I can watch The Empire Strikes Back. I can watch the middle thing, and I get a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
I rant on about beginning, middle, and end so often, because they never fucking do it. I can watch Attack of the Clones and enjoy it from beginning to end, and they wrap that shit up, I still get a resolution of that story. And then there's a little thread that keeps going. And if I want to keep going, I can. But with this one, everything's just going to stop.
Yep.
And the whole thing pivots around Thrawn. And it's like, nah, soz. At the very least, it needs to end with Thrawn kicking the shit out of the Republic on his starship somehow. Even though he only has one ship, and the Republic has many.
And hear me out here. What if the whale Ahsoka's riding? What if she just commands it to just fly into the top of his ship, and it'll just pierce itself on the spire, and he's stuck there forever?
Or that you could just do the exact same thing that it did.
Just jump him further away.
Yeah.
See ya.
Just like, hey, Mr. Whale, you didn't yeet him far enough. Can you please...
Oh my god.
And then the whales just all grab him. There's literally no reason why they can't. The whales have already done this. They could...
Because Ezra's going to refuse to do it.
And she's bringing
again.
all of them. That'd be so funny if they ended it the exact same thing as thing. It's just like, he's further away now. And Morgan Elsbeth is like, fuck!
Find the next orb.
She's like, she goes and finds a map on that planet. And she's
Yeah.
like, finally, orb.
Finally. Little orb fella. Do you think... I think with the next episode, just quickly as my guess, Sabine's going to want Ezra to fight. He's not going to want to fight. She's going to get in a fight with Baylan and Hot Blonde Bangs. And then he's going to come in at the last minute and save her. That is my guess. He's not going to want to do anything. He's going to be full pacifist mode. I haven't trained in millennia. I haven't done anything.
I would like him to reveal that he has been causing trouble for Thrawn, but then there's no reason for Thrawn to not have killed him. So I don't care.
Look, I don't hate it. It isn't the worst thing I ever watched. I've watched some horrible media in my day. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I like Star Wars stuff. Some of it's cool. I like a good lightsaber or two. But I don't love it.
Please tell me why Star Wars is good. All I want from this is for you to explain why it's good in something better than what the reaction videos are doing. How they just kind of go, oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
Or like,
red. That's red.
this is the Star Wars I always wanted. Like, what from this is actually good?
I want to know what this show's doing individually on its own feet.
When you're telling someone to watch this show, what do you tell them? Because I don't get it.